This video is a review answer key of the midterm exam for natural disasters class. Several of the questions are straightforward. Some of them require more explanation, so I'll spend a few minutes explaining those. I'm going to go over this very quickly. First question, why do people occupy floodplains? There are several reasons. People are not dumb. They usually do things for a reason, such as the land in a floodplain is fertile and productive. Sometimes floodplains are the only undeveloped land left in a desirable area. So A and B are good answers. C, on the other hand, is not true. Levees are useful in moderation, but they do not protect all areas against flooding. So C is not a good answer. Risk. Risk has a very specific definition. It's the probability that a natural event will occur times the cost. So the units of risk are actually money. And the correct answer is A, and that's purely a definitional answer. B and C are both half right. A puts it together into a complete answer. Ice storms really don't have anything to do with large bodies of water. They're purely an atmospheric phenomenon. Ice storms, the large bodies of water are much more, contribute much more to lake effect snow. Ice storms do require a warm air mass, which is surprising but true, and ice storms can coat power lines and trees and end up causing power outages. So the good answers are B and C on this one. Question 4, the lithospheric plates or tectonic plates, the fragments of the Earth's crust that are moving around, are not caused by the moon. It has nowhere near enough strength to do that, nor are they caused by the rotation of the Earth. They are caused by heat currents and circulation inside the Earth, but specifically inside the asthenosphere part of the Earth, the part of the Earth that's directly below the crust and the lithospheric plates. Fujita scale, by definition, is a measure of the damage caused by a tornado. Based on the damage, one can guess what the wind speed might be, but the Fujita scale is specifically a measure of the damage caused. Hurricanes will weaken in cooler water. They'll weaken when they go across land areas for the reason that the energy supply is reduced. High wind shear will deform and tear apart a hurricane, which will cause its structure to decay. So all three, A, B, and C, do cause a hurricane to reduce in strength. Slow ocean currents are actually encourage the growth of a hurricane by prolonging the amount of time that the hurricane is sitting on top of warm water. The best way to prevent a landslide disaster is to stay out of the way. So that's answer B on 7. And that's the answer to just about every question that I could write that says the best way to prevent a disaster of this type is stay out of the way. Ash falls are not high temperature. If something is a high temperature and is flowing, that would be called a pyroclastic flow. Falling ash can eventually lead to mudslides. The ash falling onto snowpacks and mixing with the snow to make slurry is very dangerous. And ash is actually substantial and heavy enough to collapse buildings. So for 8, B and C are good answers. For question 9, lava flows actually move fairly slowly and people can get out of the way. Is the best answer. C doesn't make any sense, and B, clearly many pictures we've seen have shown lava flows that do move across the landscape, but they just don't move terribly fast. A hook echo is a radar, a signal, a remotely sensed radar signal that is a signal that indicates a tornado is developing. It shows the rotation at the backside of a supercell. Number 11, the Aleutian Islands are stratovolcanoes. They are part of the Ring of Fire. They occur at a subduction zone. So the answer is the source of magma for a stratovolcano that is part of a subduction zone or a submarine trench. What happens is the subducting plate is melting, and the melting subduction plate, which is underground, the molten materials rise upward and form the volcano. So the key ingredient to finding the answer to this is to look for the mention of a subducting plate or a subduction zone where one plate is going under the other plate. That's the end of part 1.